It's the semi-final, the second semi-final of the women's 100 meters.
So we'll be looking at the front to see what time does it threaten the 10:91. Then we'll be looking at about 4th and 5th place to see if they challenge 11:22 and 11:25, the two bubble times.
Yeah. Here we see her game face on, Shericka Jackson. Are you going to ask her to smile as well?
I'd like her to smile after the final.
Yes. And here we go, the lane assignments. John Smith's Brianna Williams is in lane 1.
One of only 3 Jamaican juniors to ever go sub-11. Brianna Williams has double gold at the World Junior standard back in 2015.
And of course, in lane number 2, she is the fastest junior, 10:92, Alana Reid.
Yeah, Alana Reid, 11:20 in qualifying, 11:09 this season, 10:92. Fastest junior, as I mentioned, Chris, representing Nike. Let's see what she plans for us.
In lane number 3 from MVP Track Club, Tia Clayton.
When do you want to run your personal best? When it matters most. 11:02 last evening. She is super confident going into this semifinal.
And from the University of Technology in lane number 4, Crystal Slowly.
Crystal Slowly, University of Technology, has improved to 10.99 this season, comes in with 11.12, a 2019 NACAC under 18 4x1 gold medalist. She is running into form nicely this season.
Yep, in lane number 5 from Sprint Tech, Shashley Forbes.
Has run 10.96 at her best, and right now she's getting right back to her very best, having run 11:03 just last evening. The superstar from Sprint Tech representing for Coach Maurice Wilson.
In lane number 6, she is the defending national champion. 10:65 is her personal best. Came into the semifinals with 10:99. Shericka Jackson.
Many persons saw her 200-meter races and forgot that she had an 11:03 coming in, 10:99 in qualifying, 10:65 all-time, a world championship 200 meters gold medalist, second fastest woman all-time in that distance.
Yes, from lane number 7 from MVP Shakoria Wallace.
Her 11:24 got her into lane 7. Is she able to make a dent in the top 5?
And in lane 8 from Puma, Lanae Tiva Thomas.
Didn't have her best race last night in qualifying, 11:06 her personal best, 11:27 in qualifying. She'll definitely want to run much faster than she did last night.
So half the field being made up of UTEC MVP, which is MVP UTEC. 4 of the 8 athletes. Tia Clayton, MVP. Shericka Jackson, MVP. Shakoria Wallace, MVP. Crystal Slowly, UTEC. Alana Reid, Nike. Brianna Williams, Sprint Tech. Lanae Tiva Thomas, Puma. So, final bit of inspections being done by the officials. This is semi-final 2 of 2 women's 100 meters. And sent away cleanly. Look at the start from Shericka Jackson. Shashley Forbes looking good at this stage. Look at Tia Clayton on the inside. Tia Clayton is storming. Shericka Jackson trying to get back. It's Tia Clayton. What time will she produce? 10:83. Wow.
My.
And that would be a massive personal best. That would be a personal best by a city block. What's the official time? What's the wind reading?
86.
Incredible.
Positive 1.0 meters per second, the wind speed as well.
She's now the 10th fastest Jamaican in history. 10.86. That's incredible. Who was the first to get there? Was it her twin sister?
Yeah.
That is incredible. She is now the fastest Jamaican for 2024. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Her twin sister holding her. Does she lift her up? And this is a Tia Clayton who had the family record at 10:95. She now gives the family record 10:86 to her big sister. I mean, they're twins, but one came out first. That Jamaica, brace yourself. Tia Clayton, who had never broken 11 seconds in her life, jumps past 10.9. She doesn't even have a 10.9 time. She ran 10.86. Look at this start. Right here, out quickly. That's her in lane 3. Shericka Jackson got a very good start as well. Sasha Lee Forbes. The only poor start here was Crystal Slowly, who had a lot of work to do. And at this stage, Shericka is like, hey, we need to slow down. We need to ease up. Slow down. But, of course, Tia Clayton would have none of it. Spectacular running.
Well, what's up, viewers? Welcome back to the channel. So this race was a great race at the National Senior Trials back in 2024.
It is time for the women's 100 meters, the final track event of the evening. And there's one good reason why they've left it to last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Eva Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 meters. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Nater of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side, too, from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there. On the near side, I think, probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83, 10.84 for the first 3.
Well, Serena Cole, she ran so well, didn't she, in that 100 meters. She's gonna lead the Jamaican squad off. We're gonna have the Clayton sisters, Tina, 100-meter champion. We're gonna have Tia, her sister. Then we're gonna have Karika Hill, She looks one of the hot favourites for the women's 100-metre hurdle titles. That one, of course, is going on tomorrow. Well, we can see from 8, Australia, Italy 7, United States 6, Colombia 5, Jamaica 4, Great Britain 3, Germany 2, Switzerland 1. Well, here we go. This is the women's 4x100 metre final. Look at Jamaica. They've started off well. Let's always look at those baton changes. Well, the Jamaican change is a good one. And America are going pretty well there in lane 6, but this is all about Jamaica. Well, Colombia, oh, they were struggling with that baton a little bit there. Well, it does look like it's Jamaica from the United States, Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Colombia, and a real battle there for the bronze medal. Well, all the batons, oh no, Great Britain, it all went wrong for them on the last change, but it is Jamaica, United States of America in second place, and Colombia, the home team, well, the whole of the stadium, yet another medal in this World Under-20 Championships.
It's a world record. We have a World Under-20 record broken by the Jamaicans, and virtually nothing went wrong. The 100-metre champion there, Clayton, she had to have a second look at that final baton change, but she still scooted up the home straight to take the gold medal. And when you consider the delays and everything else, what a performance that is. And Colombia, well, they are delighted because they have picked up the bronze medal. Another medal for Colombia at these championships. Two silvers in individual events, and now they have a bronze in the relays.
Well, when you see scenes like this, it's very hard not to smile. We're just hearing that United States in second place. That was a national record for them. Oh my goodness, all the athletes who have come through that US system, who've been on those US teams. The same can be said for Jamaica. For these two squads to be the fastest in history, well, we've seen something quite special here this evening. Well, there you go, that is confirmation. 43.28. Well, the future of sprinting in Jamaica and the United States, it looks in safe hands, doesn't it?
But it is a rather good squad, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Is a good time for a senior squad. That's the sort of time that would get you up there challenging for the medals in the equivalent of the World Championships for seniors. Let me just say that again. That is a good enough time to win a medal at the World Championship.
Won gold in Doha in the 100 metres as well, and here she lines up in an unfamiliar scene for her. She's not a massive kind of indoor athlete, is she? But this is a great place for her to start the season.
She doesn't do a lot of indoors, but again, some athletes, they just choose not to. But the mommy rocket, as she calls herself these days, is a phenomenal, incredible athlete. And you know what her start's like. Blistering, she'll put everyone under pressure from the get-go, but it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and it's great for the Glasgow crowd to see her.
And Amy Hunt in lane 8 is an athlete with huge potential. She is the fastest ever 17-year-old, well, she was last year before she turned 18, in the world. That is a title that's held in the men by Usain Bolt. So of course the comparisons are there, and she gauged her season and kind of very well last year. Many people thought she might end up going to Doha. She didn't, and she's qualified to go to Cambridge as a student next year. She's got an incredibly bright future on many fronts, but athletics certainly, Denise.
Very promising youngster, but listen, she's got to learn, she's got to use this experience. She's next to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and so she had to draw on all these experiences to make her a better athlete. This is just the start for her.
Okay, well, let's see how she does in exalted company, Andrew Cotter.
Yes, what a race we have here. What a rarity to have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Muriel Ahure lining up against each other, alongside each other. That's a gift to Glasgow to have Fraser-Pryce here for her only indoor meeting of the year. So rarely runs indoors, but Amy Hunt goes in lane 8. Again, I think she knows that this is a good test for her, because she said that her 20 to 30 metres, first 20 to 30 metres, the worst part of any race she runs. But anyway, Amma Pippi, the Enfield and Haringey athlete who's been studying in Oklahoma, won over 200 metres in Vienna a fortnight ago, had a good race with Amy Hunt in London, over 60 metres last month, a fraction between the two of them. Katarzyna Sodkolska of Poland is in lane 2, strong Polish contingent at this meeting. Maja Michalinic of Slovenia made the final of the European Indoors here last year. Good run in Torun in Poland last weekend behind the American Shania Collins. And then the noise that will welcome one of the greatest athletes of all time, twice Olympic champion, 4 times world champion, over 100 metres. Says that Tokyo will be her final Olympics. She's going to double up there over 100 and 200, but she's almost built, designed for 60 metres here. They met in the World Indoors in 2014, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won her only World Indoor title, beating Ahure into second place. But Ahure, World Indoor champion in Birmingham 2 years ago. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, her first indoor race this season. Again, it's just not a well-trodden path from Jamaica to the indoor scene in Europe in the winter, but a strong Jamaican contingent here today. Naomi Sedney of the Netherlands, often a stalwart of the Dutch 4x100 squad, with the likes of Jamila Samuel and Daphne Schippers. And then Amy Hunt, still just 17, enormous potential. European junior title last year. This year's a World Junior Championship year. She's got that to decide on, as well as whether to go to Cambridge or Loughborough. Is it going to be World Junior Championship or Olympics? Again, you have to think perhaps of the long term as well, but she is running world-class times now. 60 metres, not perhaps her strength, though she knows that. It's just a chance here to test her first 20-30 metres against some of the best, and perhaps the very best of all time in women's sprinting. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4, Muriel Ahure in 5. Ahure has not lost an indoor race over 60 metres since 2014, when she gave second best to the woman alongside her, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The women's 60 metres. Cleanly away, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is outsmarted of all. Muriel Ahure is going strongly also, but she can't quite get back there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce takes it. 7:16 for the victory, just ahead of Muriel Ahure. Natasha Morrison was up there as well for third, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets that victory, a rare victory, a rare defeat rather, for Muriel Ahure. It's not a rare victory for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She just doesn't race indoors, but when she comes to race indoors over 60 metres, she invariably wins. Ahure has to give second best again to the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and again, if it's to be her only indoor race this season, which she says it is, then it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, this is always interesting, you know, Andrew, when athletes such as Shelly-Ann comes out to decide to run just a one-off race. I'm always interested to see what kind of condition that they're in, and you can imagine right now she's still in that building phase, so she'd be pretty strong in the weights room, and again, that's been demonstrated because she thundered out the blocks. It's what we expected to see and do, but watch this out of the blocks. Good rhythm, isn't she? Hard, straight into that floor. But as I say, there's those little extra technical elements that come over the 100-metre preparation, which you don't really demonstrate over 60. So for me, this is just fantastic to see her here enjoying the indoor running and really showing the crowd of her expertise.
As the contrast, we know that she's a 60-100 sprinter, really. That's where her strength lies. 200, she's very, very good, but perhaps she just starts to get relatively weak. And when you see Hunt again on the replay, you can't see her here, but she was starting to come back into things a little bit. So some are designed for 60s and 100s, and others for
Okay. She's based in Portland, and she did a great job, so thank you. Okay,
so Shelly,
medal, 1 silver medal. of course, I have to big up Shans, that's in Kingston,
Okay.
Waterhouse to be exact.
Okay.
She did my colors, all my colors she did them.
Okay, so 1 silver, 1 gold. What's next on your agenda?
The 4x1s, you know, we're really looking forward to it. So we're hoping that the 4 ladies for the heats will have a great run. We're praying that, you know, they carry the stick around, and once they do that and we get to the finals, I'm just praying that we have a good run for that final.
Okay, and can you finish this sentence for me? Sometimes I have to.
I don't know.
Shelly, you tweeted this morning 200 meters is a different discipline?
No, yes, so I actually tweeted in Jamaican. Pato. So I said 200 meter is a different kind of running.
Yeah.
Like it's really different from the 100 where you just get up and you just go. But it's so technical, you know, it involves a lot of speed, endurance, and you try to run it the best way you can. And I've always said, listen, I just go from the start, and wherever it pops, you know, and I'm glad that I was able to come away with a silver medal today.
What influenced your choice of color for a race?
It just depends on how I feel in the morning. So I try them on and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this one, or oh, I'm not feeling it. But the brighter, the better.
A friend of mine in Ghana named the daughter after you. Your reaction to that?
Oh wow, now I feel like Beyonce. Because I know a lot of people name their kids after Beyonce and Rihanna, so now I feel like a superstar. So yeah, thank you. Hi, Shelly.
A season's best, how's that feel?
It's good, you know, what more could you ask for? You know, 200 is not my, as I said, not my favorite event, but it has been an event that challenges me, and this is my fourth, fifth. I ran 200s before, and then I did it at my national championship, and I did it today. So I'm grateful that I was able to come away with a season best and a silver medal.
Because of your performance here, everyone is expecting the world record to go down in the relays. We expected the same in Tokyo. It didn't quite happen.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
Have you guys been practicing differently, or
honestly, that's the only. If I'm being honest, which I always am, we don't do a lot of practice with relays in Jamaica, which I think is it's a downfall for us. I definitely think if we had time to have relay camps, then we'd be better at, you know, the 4x1s. But we have to do what we have to do, and you know, tomorrow when the ladies come out, they've been practicing, so we're just hoping that the 4 ladies can have a good run and carry the stick around, and we just pray to God when the finals come, we'll have a blistering run. If we're gonna have Shericka on the, I'm not telling you what leg she's running, it's a secret. So,
Be patient.
so Shericka is there with that 21.4. Listen, it's over.
We love you. Take care.
So I had them colored in Jamaica by my hairstylist Shans, and then I come here and then I just find some stylist somewhere to just install them. Sometimes I go on Instagram and I look and I get someone and they install it for me. Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Shelly, do you have any awards for your son for science today?
Yeah, I'm grateful to be able to have him here in the stands. And one day when he's older, and he will look back at these moments and he'll understand how much he gave me strength and courage to just do the best that I can do for him to see that.
The final of the women's 100 metres. In lane 2, Alexandra Stoilova of Australia, 19 years old. In lane 3, Justina Tiana Ekaboyan of Nigeria, 17 years old, personal best 11:24. Kishona Niles of Barbados, 11:33. Very much a 100-meter runner, improving so much all through this year. Lane 5 for Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Naya Wedderburn-Goodison. Been training in Jamaica, European under-18 champion. Alongside her, Alana Reid of Jamaica. She's been training with Sha'Carri Richardson and her group in America. Bronze in Cali. Lead leg for the relay team that took 5th in Paris. And Chelsea Kadiri of Germany. She's found form at the right time. Season's best to impress in her semi to reach this final.
Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands. Semi-finals of the 200 meters in Paris. Now in the final of the World Juniors. And Viva Jinkwe of South Africa looked really impressive in heats. Had to qualify as the fastest finisher from that semi-final. Eight women, fastest qualifiers in those central lanes there. Niles, Reed, Wedderburn Goodison. Battling it out for this title. Concentration. Focus, final rehearsals. Down the track.
On your marks.
Fast psyching up, settling into the blocks. The final of the women's 100 meters here in Lima at the World Junior Athletics Championships. Through on her bronze from Cali, and she takes home the gold medal this time. Congratulations to Alana Reid. Hodge of the British Virgin Islands takes the silver medal, 11:27, and Niles for Shauna Niles for Barbados does take that bronze medal position. Fourth for Naya Vedderpan Goodison, and Jinkwe came up for fifth, Kadiri in sixth. Looking for the flag, there she goes. Find the flag to celebrate. Big, big smiles, as there should be. She ran the lead-off leg for that Jamaican team, finished fifth in Paris. I'm sure has topped that now by taking home the title to Jamaica. That is the first Jamaican gold medal of these World Junior Championships. Hodge calmly walking